Back when I was 10 years of age, I saw this game Sonic Colors for the Wii with a toy inside of it. Because of the Sonic toy, I instantly wanted to buy it, even though I did not own a Wii. The Sonic toy and the two Wisps figures that came along with it was what I kept, while the game itself was given for free to my friend who owned a Wii. This was the game that introduced the Wisps and put Sonic on an Eggman's interstellar amusement park that he made in space, while Sonic and Tails are on their adventure to stop him and his using of the Wisps in evil schemes. Back in the day, I did not like this game because it was not the game that the front picture of the box art promised me. High-speed gameplay. It was mostly a 2D puzzle platformer. Unleashed was the first Sonic game to introduce the boost formula. It was one of its kind and still considered as such as to this day, as it took Sonic into the boost formula and also consisted of the Werehog with his combat and puzzle approach to the platforming. Sonic was always meant to go fast, but Colors did not deliver in how it set itself out and advertised itself through the trailers. It was a slower puzzle game in fact, and it had Wisps as a power-up for Sonic to use in a lot of 2D levels or 2D sections of the game. Tails was not added as a playable character in Colors Ultimate port, even if the likes that has Tails' head on them in the Ultimate port of this Wii game that has now come to the consoles thanks to the Ultimate port. Moreover, Aquarium Park has enhanced water graphics, Planet Wisp has more outgoing reddish, and the Starlight Carnival has a blooming rail trail that Sonic runs on. While people have said it is giving the wrong vibes, but I would argue it showcases the graphics appropriate to the PS4 and other consoles. It was not a true reflection of the current next-gen hardware in its graphics, but fitting. The levels themselves include Tropical Resort, Sweet Mountain, Starlight Carnival, Planet Wisp, Aquarium Park, as well as Asteroid Coaster. All have 6 acts per zone. In early development of Sonic Colors, Act 1 through 2 on said zones were the only ones that were mandatory, along with their boss. But in recent times, or rather when the game was released, they made the Act 3 through 6 have-to-beat stages. Some early development also hints over the fact that Colors was intended to be a POP port for Generations, PSP port for Generations. However, later on, they realized they needed a Sonic game for the Wii, so they ported over the assets to the port instead. Sonic Colors was released at a time when critics and fans were growing tired of Sonic's expanding cast of friends. Following Sonic Unleashed, this game narrowed its focus to just Sonic and his sidekick Tails. The story took a simpler, more accessible approach, making it easy for newcomers to jump in without needing a prior knowledge of the series' lore or tone. While Sonic has always been a platformer, early games like Sonic 1 and 2, Sonic 1 and CD, placed a greater emphasis on platforming rather than pure speed. Many fans argue that Sonic Colors feel closer to those classics compared to the other modern Sonic titles. The game features unique bosses, including pirate theme encounters in Sweet Mountain and Aquarium Park. One of its key collectibles is the Red Rings. Gathering all of them unlocks Super Sonic, a feature that hadn't been available in main levels since the Genesis era. Sonic Colors also introduced clever puzzles and a strong mix of 2D platforming, creating a fresh and engaging experience for Sonic and Tails. For players who enjoy the platforming elements of Sonic 1 and want more puzzle solving and varied power-ups, Sonic Colors is a solid choice. It successfully brings Sonic back to his classic rivalry with Dr. Eggman while refining the core gameplay that made the series popular.